Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Cove. My name's Missy. Today I'm so excited to be collaborating with my friend Amanda at 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. We're going to talk about that in just a little while, but right now let's get straight into these DIYs. DIY number 1. Y'all, these are super simple DIYs today, things that you can take from the Dollar Tree. I'm loving this, and just change them up. So I'm taking one of these pumpkin signs from the Dollar Tree that has the slats and 2 pieces of scrapbook paper, and what I'm going to do is trace around the first part of the pumpkin and the second part of the pumpkin on 2 different pieces of paper. Now, the reason I'm only doing the 2 slats is because I loved the design on this pumpkin. I loved the colors, the picture that was on there, but I just wanted to change it up just a little bit, and that's what I'm trying to show you here, is that with just a little bit of scrapbook paper, some paint, some hot glue, you know, we can take things that we love and make them even better. So all I'm doing is tracing out my 2 pieces of scrapbook paper, and then we are going to cut them out, and we are just going to use a glue stick to glue them right onto our pumpkin sign. Again, super simple. I do take some paint from Arteza, some brown paint, burnt umber, and I go ahead and paint my stem here. It just wasn't a dark enough brown for me. And now here's where we're just taking our glue stick, y'all, and we are just basically going to glue this right down to our pumpkin sign. I absolutely love how this turned out. I love the colors that I picked, the style of scrapbook paper that I picked, and it keeps the integrity of the sign, just changes it up a little bit to the way that I decorate my home. I hope you all enjoy this. I hope you enjoy this whole video. These are 3 so simple DIYs with things from the Dollar Tree, and we don't change up a lot, we just change up a little bit. After we get those 2 pieces finished, we're going to go ahead and take one of these Hello Autumn cutouts that came from the Dollar Tree in a package, and we're just going to paint that with some off-white chalk paint. I can't remember the name of it. Now we're going to take 2 of these little leaf cutouts, again from the Dollar Tree, and 2 more pieces of scrapbook paper. We're just going to trace out 2 leaves on 2 different pieces of paper and go ahead and cut those out and use our glue stick again to glue those on. I used this one, and then I also used a buffalo check because I wanted to bring in a little bit of that buffalo check into my project. Again, I'm not redoing this entire sign. I'm just adding a few elements that make it more cohesive with my decorating style. And that's what I love about these pieces. $1, and I've taken it and turned it into something totally, you know, that suits me. If this isn't your style, change it up the way you want it changed up, y'all. This is so super simple. But again, I loved the bottom part of that sign and the colors on the pumpkins and all of that, and I didn't want to change that. So that's why we left it as it was. Now we're just figuring out our placement for our leaves and our Hello Autumn sign. I love the buffalo check in there. I just think it pops. And with those pumpkins right there and those colors, I think this turned out super adorable. After we get our leaves glued on with some hot glue, we're just going to take our Hello Autumn sign, or cut out, and we are going to do the same exact thing. We are just going to glue that over towards the, I think I do it more towards the side than in the middle of that second slat. Yep, right over there towards the side. I just liked how that offset looked. Now we're just taking some different thinner ribbons from the Dollar Tree, and we are just going to make a messy bow. Y'all know I am not good at bows. I'm trying very hard, but my bow dabber is helping me when it comes to bigger bows. But even on these messy bows, I can never get them to look like some of these other YouTubers get them to look. They're so full and beautiful. So, y'all, I'm trying. You let me know what you think about this bow when it's finally finished. Again, just a bunch of just different ribbons from the Dollar Tree. I just put them all in an X formation, tie a little bit of the jute twine around them, tie it in a knot, and then it is a little long. The strings are a little long for how I wanted it, so I do go through and cut all of the strings down just a little bit more. Bows are like my nemesis, y'all. I try so hard, and y'all tell me they look great. I don't see it. But again, we're all always our worst critics, so And now we are just going to put a dab of hot glue and, oh no, I take some of this lace ribbon and glue it around the middle just to give it a more finished look. Then we are going to take our hot glue and just glue it right onto our sign there. And that's it. How super simple and such a cute little sign. So again, today I'm collaborating with my friend Amanda over at 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. Amanda and I met here on YouTube, and she has become one of my best friends. We talk daily. If we don't talk daily, we kind of check on each other and like, hey girl, are you okay? And she's amazing. I love her projects. I love her attitude. I love her personality. She's going to be linked in my description box. So when you're finished here, make sure you go check out Amanda and let her know that Missy sent you. Thanks, Amanda. I love you, girl. DIY number 2, so super simple, y'all. So I was lucky enough to find the beaded garland at the Dollar Tree. Not only did they have the round beaded garland, but they had this square one, and I absolutely loved it. So I thought, let's give it a try. It's already beaded, y'all. It's already the natural look. So we are just gonna zhuzh this up a little bit. So the first thing I do is I take this blessed cutout, again from the same cutouts from the first DIY, and I'm going to paint this a burnt orange color chalk paint. This is the Folk Art brand, I do believe. And I just give this one good coat. Now I'm going to take some jute twine and we are going to wrap it around our hand, probably 15 to 20 times. I didn't really count, and all we're doing here is making our tassel. Y'all have seen these done so many times, and I'm not the best at this, but this is my take on it, and I just wanted to throw this super simple DIY in there. Once we get that all wrapped, we're going to take it off our hand, take another piece of jute and tie it around the top just to secure it all together. Now I've decided to take two ribbon pieces from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut them at a length of about 8 to 10 inches, dovetail the ends, and we are going to use those for a little bit of embellishment in our tassel. I do it with that colorful plaid, and then I do it with the black and white buffalo check. Again, just fold it over on itself, dovetail, and then stick it right into our tassel. Once those are in there, we're going to tie another double knot just to make sure those are very secure in place. Then we're going to take another piece of jute and we are going to tie it around. I'm going to show you more than, because I don't exactly know how to explain this. Up towards the top there, you're going to tie it so it leaves a little loop at the top of the tassel, and we're just going to tie a knot through that. And once we get that done, we are going to go ahead and cut the rope right there and just let it all fall like it wants to, and then give it a little haircut. And when I do that, I see that my ribbons are a little too long, so I just go ahead and cut them down and dovetail the ends again. They were fine, but I kind of wanted it all to be around the same length. Now we're just going to take the end piece of the tassel, run it through our loop at the top, or the end piece of our bead garland, run it through the loop at the top of our tassel and tie it on. How super simple. That's why I'm loving these wood bead garlands, because they're already made and ready to go. Now I'm going to take a buffalo plaid leaf cutout I got from the Dollar Tree, drill a little hole in the top of it. We're going to take our blessed cutout and we are going to glue, I can't talk this morning, glue that right onto our little leaf. And now we're going to take that on the other end of the garland, or of the other end of the beads, and we're just going to thread that through our hole and tie a knot up. And that is it. So super simple. And I bought a few of these garlands, or these, yeah, garlands, I guess they are, the bead garlands, and I may cut some of them apart, but I just loved how simple this made this DIY. Okay, y'all, last DIY number 3, and another super simple Dollar Tree project. First thing we're going to do is take one of these stand-up pumpkins and some scrapbook paper. Now I'm going to use my heat gun to go along the edges of this pumpkin because I'm trying to melt that glue down a little bit to get the pumpkin out of the stand, and it works beautifully. So we take the pumpkin out of the stand, save your stand, we're going to use it. Take all the embellishments and the sticker off of the pumpkin. Now we're just going to lay our pumpkin down on our scrapbook paper that we picked out, trace it, and cut it out. Y'all, I'm telling you, Dollar Tree's really stepping it up for the fall season. I'm loving all the things that they're putting out, and they're cute on their own, but I just kind of want to make them to match my decor, which is the great thing about Dollar Tree. Because the price is $1, you can go home and make it your own. Once we get that cut out, we're just going to use our famous little purple glue stick, put it on the paper and some on the back of the pumpkin. We are going to glue our scrapbook paper right to the pumpkin. Now we're going to take some more of that burnt umber and paint our little stem. I do cover up the back of this project, I just don't show y'all. I apologize for that. Now we're taking one of these wood cutout trucks and we're just going to take it apart because I just need a flat truck and this was the perfect size. After we get that taken apart and save the other part for another project, we're going to take this olive green from, I'm not sure where this is from. It is a chalk paint, and paint one good coat of the truck. Now we're going to take our ink Waverly chalk paint and we're going to paint the slats that are on the bed of the truck and the tires. After that, I go ahead and take that black paint and go around the edges of the truck and kind of feather it, and then use my finger to smear it, just to give it kind of an aged look, because y'all know I like distressed things and that's what my home is decorated in. So this just made it look like an old distressed farm truck, which is what I love. Again, I'm just feathering it on with my little brush and then wiping it. Not really wiping, just smudging it with my finger there. I hope you all enjoy these projects. They were so simple, but that's what I love about them, because anyone can do them and it just takes a little bit of materials. Now we're going to take our hot glue and we are just going to run it in the inside of that slat there on our stand and stick our pumpkin right back in there. You can see right there I hadn't covered it yet, but I do cover the entire thing on the back with brown craft paper. Now we're going to take our truck, put some hot glue on there and glue it right to our pumpkin. Then I take one of these styrofoam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree that come on the little picks. I cut it in half with a knife and then I just use my scissors to kind of straighten it all up and get the extra pieces off. After I do that, I paint both sides, or both pieces of this, with some white Waverly chalk paint, and I give it 2 good coats, and then I dry it with my heat gun and it gives this little bubbling effect that is awesome. You can't tell it in the pictures, I wished you could, but it makes it look like a real pumpkin. After we get both of those painted, you kind of see the little texture it gives. We're just going to place those where we want them on our little pumpkin. Then we're going to glue our raffia bow that came on it to begin with it right back on there. And that is it. How super simple, so cute. I love how this one turned out. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. These, again, were super simple projects, nothing fancy, just changing up a few things to match your home decor. Thanks again to Amanda for collaborating with me. Y'all don't forget to go check her out. Don't forget to do all the YouTube-y things, like, comment, and share my video if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?